Hello, this is FASTECH. Prior to the detailed product description, let me briefly introduce the FASTECH Ethernet product line and Ethernet total solution. Before that, let me briefly introduce the FASTECH Ethernet product line. Here is a brand called Easy Servo. Easy Servo is a closed-loop stepping system product line. And there is a brand called EasyStep. EasyStep is an open-loop micro-stepping system product line. And there is a brand called Easy Motion Link. Easy Motion Link is a one-axis motion controller for AC servo drive. Lastly, the brand Easy I/O is a digital I/O module. So, FASTECH Ethernet product line has the Easy Servo brand of the closed-loop stepping system, the EasyStep brand of the open-loop micro-stepping system, the Easy Motion Link brand of the one-axis motion controller for AC servo drive, and the Easy I/O brand of the digital I/O module. Let's take a look at each product brand one by one. First, Easy Servo brand. Easy Servo brand has three products, including Easy Servo 2 Plus E, a standard type of closed-loop stepping system, Easy Servo 2 Plus E Mini, a mini drive type, and Easy Servo 2 Plus E All, an all-in-one type that combines a motor, a high-resolution encoder, a drive and motion controller and Ethernet network. Next, EasyStep brand. EasyStep brand has two products, including EasyStep 2 Plus E, a standard type of open-loop micro-stepping system, and EasyStep 2 Plus E Mini, a mini drive type. Next, Easy Motion Link brand. Easy Motion Link brand has one product called Easy Motion Link Plus E, a one-axis motion controller that can be directly connected to various AC servos such as Yaskawa and Mitsubishi. Finally, Easy I/O brand. Easy I/O brand has one product called Easy I/O Plus E, which is digital I/O module. So, FASTECH has a total of 7 Ethernet products. Since there are various types of products, we can provide a total solution that enables stepping motor, AC servo, and I/O module to be controlled through the standard Ethernet port of a PC without a separate motion controller. This is the meaning of total solutions. Until now, I briefly introduced the meaning of the total solution and FASTECH's Ethernet products. Among 7 types of products, I'd like to introduce the standard type of closed-loop stepping system, Easy Servo 2 Plus E. Next, prior to the introduction of Easy Servo 2 Plus E, I would like to explain the FASTECH's Ethernet products with the example of Korean market situation. When a customer configures the machine, PC or PLC is used in various ways as the main master. In the Korean market, this main master is an industrial PC usually. Almost 70 to 80% of machine builders compose their machine based on PC. The main reason is that the software development environment is flexible when controlling machines. That is, accessibility is good. In more detail, since customers can easily configure machine programs in a Windows-based programming environment by directly connecting to a Windows-based PC, most customers in the Korean market prefer and use FASTECH's Ethernet products a lot. In addition, the most widespread software development environment in the world is PC, and Windows-based C++, C, C#, Visual Basic, LabVIEW, etc. can be used commonly. Thus, it has good versatility. Therefore, FASTECH Ethernet products provide a PI for these programming languages, making them ideal for various customers' software development environments. Like this, when configuring the machine, FASTECH Ethernet products are used as a suitable solution in the Korean market. That accessibility and versatility are important. Now, using an actual machine as an example, I would like to introduce the concept of Ethernet product development. This machine aligns the lens and sensor of the camera module used in the smartphone. As you can see in the photo on the left, the customer applied 10 axis of Easy Servo 2+E, which is a standard type of closed-loop stepping system, and 5 axis of AC servo. When setting the machine, there is a case that the machine requires AC servo motor, stepping motor, I/O module at the same time. In the case of this 10-axis Easy Servo, the customer can directly connect to a PC through the Ethernet port and control it using the Windows-based API provided by FASTECH. But, a separate motion board is required to control the 5-axis AC servo. The customer needs to configure 2 different software development environments to control Easy Servo and AC servo. This is cumbersome from the customer's point of view, and costs are increased by a separate motion board to control the 5-axis AC servo. In addition, long and thick bundles of wires connected from the AC servo to the motion board are required, and it makes the wiring complicated. In the next chapter, I will explain the details with diagrams. As previously explained briefly, conventionally, a separate motion board was required to control the 5-axis of the AC servo, and wiring was complicated because many bundles of long wires had to be connected to the motion board through the servo interface cable of the AC servo drive. This inconvenience can be solved by using our product, EZ MotionLink Plus E. EZ MotionLink Plus E is an Ethernet Type 1-axis motion controller that can be used by plugging it into the interface connector of the AC servo drive. As you can see, for example, there is a Panasonic AC servo drive. EZ MotionLink can be directly attached to the servo interface connector of this Panasonic's AC servo drive. The servo interface connector of Panasonic AC servo drive is 3M50-pin connector, and most major AC servo drives also use this 3M50-pin connector. Since FASTECH's EZ MotionLink also uses this 3M50-pin connector, it is compatible with most major AC servo drives. However, the pin map may be different for each AC servo drive. For example, if the servo on signal of Yaskawa AC servo is number 5, Mitsubishi is assigned to number 7, but the function of the interface is the same. With this, you can remove the complicated wiring bundle from the AC servo to the motion board. By using EZ MotionLink, a 1-axis motion controller, the customer can use 5-axis AC servo with only an Ethernet communication cable without a separate motion board. You can control these with the API that FASTECH provides. Also, I mentioned that 2 different software environments were required to control 10-axis of Easy Servo and 5-axis of AC servo. But, if the customer uses EZ MotionLink, 5-axis AC servo can be used in the same Ethernet network and software environment using the API of Easy Servo. In other words, a total of 15 axes can be operated with one program. I will show you a practical application example. This example applied the total solution concept that stepping motor, AC servo motor, and digital I/O module can be controlled with one Ethernet port, without a separate motion controller. FASTECH's Easy Servo 2+E, which is stepping motor, EZ I/O plus E, which is digital I/O module, and AC servo are applied to this machine. As you can see, EZ MotionLink, which is a 1-axis motion controller for AC servo drive, is directly connected to a total of 8 axis of AC servos. EZ motion links are connected by daisy chain using Ethernet ports, and there are also connected with EZ Servo 2 plus E and EZ-IO plus E of FASTECH by daisy chain through Ethernet communication. With simple wiring, AC servo and EZ servo can be driven by one Ethernet network at the same time. At this machine, I/O module is also connected. In the case of a small machine like this, if you use EZ motion link, you can control AC servo, stepping motor, I/O module with FASTECH's API. You don't need a separate motion board for AC servo. Just control with one Ethernet network. Therefore, it is possible to save costs by removing unnecessary motion boards and reducing wiring. To summarize the product concept, it is as follows. Since FASTECH basically provides Windows-based API for Ethernet products, customers can select development languages like C++, C, C#, Visual Basic, LabVIEW, etc. for programming. In addition to the API, GUI software is also provided and can be downloaded for free from the FASTECH web page. As mentioned earlier, FASTECH provides GUI software, EZ Motion plus E, an API for Windows free of charge. First of all, the GUI software can be downloaded for free from the website. If you access the following address and place the mouse pointer on the Download tab of the home page, the item called Quick Download appears. Click on the item to display the product list. You can download the GUI software by clicking the Program button of the EZ Servo 2 plus E product among the products in the list. You can also download the same software by clicking the Program button for other Ethernet products. And in the path where EZ Motion plus E, FASTECH's Ethernet GUI, is installed, you can check the C#, C++, and LabVIEW example files in the example folder. And, you can check the API in the include folder. For reference, 32-bit API of C# is in include folder, 64-bit API of C# is in include _x64 folder, and 32-bit API of C++ is in include _x86 _CPP folder, and 64-bit API of C++ is in include _x64 _CPP folder. In summary, in the case of a single application, especially a small device, FASTECH's Ethernet products have a built-in motion controller, so a motion board is unnecessary as described before. Using a standard Ethernet network, you can configure and control the entire machine through one Ethernet network, including stepping motors, servo motors, and digital I/O modules. This is the meaning of the total solution we aim for. With the demonstration video, I will show you that stepping motor and AC servo I/O module are controlled by one Ethernet network as in the previous application example. There are 28 axes of FASTECH Ethernet products, which is an Ethernet standard type product of closed-loop stepping system, and 4 axes of AC servo. Total 32 axes of stepping motor and AC servo and I/O module were controlled by one Ethernet network. The products used in this demonstration are as follows. By applying EZ motion link to AC servo such as Mitsubishi, Panasonic, Yaskawa, and Sanyo, a total 32 axes including EZ Servo 2 plus E and AC servo were controlled at the same time. As you can see, AC servo and EZ servo are controlled by one network and program. There is no need for a separate motion board and can be operated simply with a PC. Until now, I've introduced FASTECH's Ethernet total solution. From next, I will introduce Easy Servo 2 plus E. First of all, I will explain the combination model name of Easy Servo 2 plus E product. In the example model name, PE means embedded controller with Ethernet network, 42 means 42 mm motor flange size, and XL means motor length. A means a product with 10,000 ppr encoder applied. BK means that a brake is attached to the motor, and PN05 means that a planetary gearbox is attached to the motor. You can select the motor from a NEMA 8, 20 mm size motor, to a NEMA 34, 86 mm size motor. Motor length is the length of the motor body excluding the motor shaft, and you can select small, medium, large, and extra large length. The length you can select depends on the motor size. The encoder resolution can also be selected as shown in the table. Gearbox and brake specifications are also available. A gearbox and a brake can be applied from a NEMA 17, 42 mm size motor, to a NEMA 34, 86 mm size motor. Gearboxes are planetary gearboxes, and gear ratio can be selected as shown in the table. The brake is a non-excitation type that activates when the power goes off. For example, you can use it to prevent the Z-axis load from falling. Please refer to the catalog for details. Next, I'd like to introduce features of Easy Servo 2 plus E. Easy Servo 2 plus E is Ethernet-based closed-loop stepping system product. As explained before, Windows-based API and GUI are provided for PC users. You can run multiple applications at the same time. With this, it is possible to monitor parameter values, I/O status, position values, speed values, etc. using our GUI program even when the customer's machine program is running. For example, you can check whether the limit sensor works properly during machine setting by running our GUI at the same time. If a problem occurs in the customer's machine program, it can be monitored by our GUI program, so it can also be used for debugging. Also, built-in 2-port switching hub allows up to 254 axes to be connected. Compared to the RS485 communication type product, Easy Servo plus R, which was limited to 16 axes even at maximum, Easy Servo 2 plus E has 10 times faster communication response time, so you can see that the number of connectable axes has increased. Also, a high-resolution encoder is attached to enable precise position control. It depends on the motor size, but up to 20,000 ppr resolution encoders can be used. Due to the characteristic of the stepping motor, it does not require a separate gain tuning, which can reduce maintenance effort. For example, you can just power on the motor and operate it without gain tuning. Since the holding torque is large, there is no vibration after stopping compared to the servo. In general, when controlling a stepping motor, motor heat is a problem because the maximum current flows regardless of the load, but since Easy Servo controls the current according to the load like a servo, it can relatively suppress heat generation compared to the conventional stepping motors. We have looked at the features of Easy Servo 2 plus E until now. From now on, I will show you demonstration video with Easy Servo 2 plus E. This demonstration has a cam-shaped structure mounted on the end of a small stepping motor. It shows high-speed short-pitch motion without collision. The product names used in this demonstration are as follows. Our products provide high resolution of 4000 ppr and 16,000 ppr even with small-sized motors. Due to the characteristic of the stepping motor, It can stop precisely at the command position without hunting even if it moves quickly over a short distance due to its high holding torque. Because it is a closed-loop stepping system, precise position control is possible through a high-resolution encoder, and it is optimal for such high-speed, short-pitch motion because of the characteristic of a stepping motor without hunting after stopping. In addition, by directly connecting Easy Servo 2+E to a PC through the Ethernet port, it is possible to simply control it with the API provided by FASTECH. Next, this demonstration shows 3D and curved motion using 2-axis Easy Servo 2+E. The product names used in this demonstration are as follows. When conducting a smartphone vision inspection, recent smartphones are not flat and have many curved surfaces. So inspections from various angles are required. Likewise, thanks to the holding torque characteristics of the stepping motor, vision inspection is possible without hunting even in high-speed short-pitch motion. This demonstration also shows that it is possible to simply control it with the API provided by FASTECH by directly connecting Easy Servo 2+E to a PC through the Ethernet port. In addition, Easy Servo 2+E provides a force control function. In this demonstration, the upper motor is pressing the half disc with a certain amount of torque, and the lower motor moves the position of the work. The product names used in this demonstration are as follows. In the position control method, when the lower half disc moves, an alarm occurs because the position value of the upper motor changes. However, if it is driven by force control, it does a constant pushing motion with a certain amount of torque rather than a position value, so an alarm does not occur. This is a necessary control method when the target position value varies depending on the object, for example, when picking up objects of different sizes with a gripper, or when fastening objects with different heights. Lastly, let's look at another demonstration that shows force control. Demo using a Festo mini slide and a gripper to pick and place 3 objects of different sizes with force control. The product names used in this demonstration are as follows. Likewise, the force control can be applied on gripper application.